Fuck yeah, all on another mate. Woo!
Yo, Thirsty Thursday. How's going? Tim Wilms, your legend. Love your flag in the background.
Thanks, mate. Good to be back for another week. Back on WilmsFront channel for this Thirsty Thursday, but the 1 week strike will end tonight, so I'll be back on the Unshackled main channel for next week. Still got the entropy link out throughout the show, so like one of our very generous fans did last week, send us super chats to shout us drinks.
Bloody oath, mate. That's right. I've got me Budweiser tonight, Tim. Bang, I'm hooking in.
Nothing that we're drinking tonight is mixed with Coca-Cola products.
Nah, we're boycotting Coca-Cola. They're done. They're racist, Tim. I can't stand racism. I hate all kinds of racism, mate. So Coca-Cola's done and dusted. How's Pepsi? Can I still drink Pepsi?
Well, I can't recall anything off the top of my head. Yeah, well, I'm mixing the Southern Comfort with a Schweppes.
I rate Schweppes. I'm a lemonade man. Whenever I'm at KFC, I go 7-Up at KFC.
People have been pointing out that Coca-Cola over the years, many of their advertisements had the white polar bears, which obviously they'll be out of a job now. But I remember that Schweppes, they always had that, was it a lion or tiger? Somebody needed a Schweppes of essence. Yeah, I remember those ads.
What about Santa? Is Santa going to have a gig with Coca-Cola? Or what? Or no more Santa?
I don't think Santa is.
They invented the Jolly Fat Man. Like, the Santa as we know, wasn't it Coca-Cola who invented him?
Not to my knowledge,
He
but you'd be right. Yeah,
popularized
you mentioned KFC, you'd be right getting drinks from there because they're all Pepsi, Cola,
Fucking oath.
Cutners.
I just can't go to Macca's or Hungry Jack's now. It's done.
Yeah, it's all Coke products there. I think at the cinemas as well, all the slushies and giant drinks are all Coke.
Yeah, oi, we got the man's back. Board nod knock. He's back. I accidentally blocked him. So he was away for 2 weeks and he's like, what did I do? I'm like, fuck, I went to block someone and I accidentally clicked on him. Sonic's in the house. It's been ages since I've seen Sonic, since I kicked him out of my chat. Corn Pop was a bad dude. I'm telling you, he was. And yo,
Yeah,
Christopher Frank TV, welcome on D Live. How you going, mate?
I've got both chat or YouTube chats up, both my chat and your chat. I'm not monitoring D Live. I have to admit I have neglected it of recent times, basically since, D Live, they have sort of joined the deplatforming, demonetization. It always had, they always had from the beginning those community standards like YouTube.
Yeah, it's a bit of a like, I fucking love D Live, man. D Live was rocking it with the lemons. I'm still not giving up. I'm going to try create another account, another channel, see if I can fly under the radar. But yeah, this is the thing, Tim. I haven't drank a beer since Saturday because I'm doing like a Lent. I'm doing Lent. I'm doing
I remember
Lent
you talking about it last week.
So
is that
a few beers on Thirsty Thursday, right? And then just beers with the boys when I'm at the pub. So I'm not having cutting right down.
Is it full strength or light?
Yeah, this will be full strength Budweiser. I don't know. Where is it? It's 1.2 standard drinks. But I'm doing Lent light. I've had no coffee, no sugar, no fast food, and limiting my beer. So I feel good. A funny thing about like fasting, I don't know. Do you ever feel, Tim, like I guess as a Christian, I would say like temptation, or you feel like morally like I shouldn't do that? You get that feeling or the thought process that ever occurs to you or not?
Mainly with food. I obviously, like, I do my best to make sure that I'm on top of my weight and my health, but I'm just love food, love eating all the time. It's a lifelong struggle, but I have for long periods of time. There are worse things to be addicted to than food.
Fucking oath there is. Absolutely.
I don't drink much anymore. This is the only show that I drink on now because it's casual end of the Unshackled week for me. But yeah, because I've constantly got to be alert for the news cycle and that. If I have even if I just have 2 or 3 drinks, then I can't work properly. Though in my uni days, in my late teens and early 20s, like I drank so much, like I could get through a whole bottle of vodka at a house party. I'd be bloated for the whole next day, but I could
smash a carton, mate. I was a hardcore binge drinker, just out of control binge drinker for ages, and then I slowed it down. But yeah, here's the thing: like when I'm fasting, I feel like I'm like tempted. I want to drink, like there's lemonade in my fridge or a beer in my fridge or coffee or lollies or something in the cupboard. And I'm going like, I look at it and I'm like, fuck, I just want to eat it or drink it. And I'm like, it looks so good. I know how good that is. And I'm just like, nah. And it like feels like a moral dilemma. It's like temptation, like eat me.
But when you are just about to fall asleep and you know that you haven't snacked throughout the evening, then you're like, yes, I did it.
You know, you're gonna wake up and just feel ripped.
And also another trick is don't shop when you're hungry, because that's when you are tempted by the front of the aisles with all their super junk specials.
Just love it, mate. Love it. That was like, I was doing Cheap Tuesday, and that was my one fast food meal of the week. Like, if you're going to eat fast food once a week, you do it on Cheap Tuesday. You do it on the day when you get a bargain. You get 9 pieces of chicken for $9.99 or $10.99, whatever the fuck it is.
It's an incredible bargain, and I'm just going to double check it now. But KFC, I should say, brought back the $2 large chips.
Yeah. I was smashing them until Lent started. I was hooking into them chips. So we're going to hook into this news, Tim. What's up first?
Let's start. Let's. What's she done?
Madonna, she's come out and said something about, like, she's like, the fucking patriarchy's been holding me back. I need to pull it up so I can sort of have a read along. She's cracked the shits and had a meltdown about the patriarchy. Oh, so the so-called patriarchy has not
lived the most liberated life of any female in the West can. I mean, she's in her 60s now. She's had she's up to was it 4th decade of her career now.
Fuck. There's some ads popped up on the Sky News fucking thing. Sorry, world. So Madonna's come out. Hopefully you can't hear this shit. Sorry, Tim. I've muted you as well. Bang, I can hear you now. Yeah, so Madonna's come out. I couldn't hear for a tick. I fucked up. Technical problem. She's come out, right, and she said how she's, fuck the patriarchy and all this. And it's like she's worth $500,000. She's like the world's most wealthy, performer. Female.
One of the most successful and iconic. I mean, when people hear the name Madonna, they're not talking about it in the Christian context. They're talking about Madonna, the singer.
What a woman! I can't believe it. Like, she is just fucking unbelievable. They've cracked the shits. Like, I was reading it. Where the fuck was I reading it? In the Australian. This must be the article. I'll pull it up. Have we got like a sound problem coming through, or am I?
No, it's all on your end.
Okay.
Nobody else is saying that there's a problem.
That's good. Where was this little bit? There's a little bit in this article, and they're like, this is what she said. She said, death to the patriarchy. Last week, Madonna put out a statement on Twitter. The patriarchy continues to try to crush my neck with a heavy boot, cut off my life force, and take away my voice. Even those who call themselves artists, who are death to the patriarchy now and forever. That's what she reckons.
So she's so oppressed that she put this out as a statement on Twitter, and it's been regurgitated on all the mainstream media. Her voice is so silenced.
What a bitch! What a fucking bitch!
Madonna just needs to go out on her. Yeah, she just needs to go out on her home balcony, and she'll get heaps of attention.
I can't believe it. This article says, who knows, maybe Madonna had a bad day at the studio, but the idea that the patriarchy is destroying the 62-year-old Queen of Pop's life. Forbes valued her wealth at $550 million. Others put it at $855 million. She's the most successful solo artist in the history of Billboard Hot 100s, and is the highest gross solo touring artist of all time.
Tim. Yeah, but she's only a millionaire. She's not a billionaire.
Ooh.
Without if the patriarchy was destroyed, she'd be a billionaire.
Yeah, it's like Kanye West became a billionaire so quick. But even the thing is, even Kanye, we know he's like living off the Kim Kardashian. It's actually Kim who fucking revived Kanye, I reckon. That's my theory. On that one, anyway.
Kanye was already a big name before he joined.
But he was broke. He was broke, Tim. He couldn't get it together. They were like a power couple, and now he wants a divorce. He's a fucking retard. You know how much I love Kanye West. Everyone who watched my show last year, I love Kanye West. I bought his foam runners, and now he wants a divorce. What a fucking loser! Anyone who cheats on their missus or wants a divorce is a fucking loser.
Well,
and I'm not saying he cheated on his missus. I don't know.
Since Hollywood gossip websites and magazines were the original source of fake news, I'm not sure how true these divorce rumors are.
Yeah, it's true, man. I'm pretty sure it's happening. I was like, where the fuck are all the people around Kanye going like, don't do it, bro. Patch it up. Don't be a fuckhead. He's a huge disappointment. It's like when Arnold Schwarzenegger cheated on his wife. Like, I knew Arnie was a fuckhead at that moment. I was like, I thought he was good. And I'm like, you're gone. You're dead to me. And he turned like a little bitch, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, he's pretty much indistinguishable from a Hollywood liberal now. Climate change is a big crusade in politics post his governorship, and remember he dumped on Trump after 2020 at the beginning of 2021. Invoked that Trump reminded him of when the Nazis came to Austria, well, something like that.
Oh, that's stupid. I don't even know how to say it. It's like the night of broken glass thing. The night of broken glass. He carried on about it. Yo, deadbeat, how you going? It's been a while. Missing you in the Telegram chat. Even Sonic likes deadbeat. There you go. Yeah, I can't believe all this shit. I can't believe Madonna. Does everyone in this world, like the shit that Madonna's saying, the shit a bit like Coca-Cola, you're like, these people's lives are fucking pathetic. Like all these social justice warriors or whatever the fuck they are thinking now. At this point, we're all like, yo, you guys are fucking hate-filled, racist, crazy nutcases who are like, life's so fucking hard and I need someone to blame, Tim.
Well, they're lucky that, well, Madonna, her music is so good and iconic, and Coca-Cola, their secret recipe, apparently it's still secret, is so good as well. I mean, it's still Coca-Cola, it still trumps Pepsi on taste anytime.
It's fucking delicious. It is delicious. I will not deny the fact that Coca-Cola is delicious, Tim.
Yeah, Coca-Cola is it's sort of like Facebook. The fact that we can't stand Zuckerberg constantly banning us and suppressing speech, but the Facebook platform, it's just got so many advantages still, just like Coca-Cola.
Did you see the fucking Cadbury one? I seen some meme and it was like, it was two gay dudes kissing with an chocolate egg in their mouth. That was another Cadbury one. And I'm like...
Can you bring it up?
I don't know. I can find it.
Okay, because I haven't heard of this. But yeah, Cadbury also, that's the most delicious chocolate of them all.
It is delicious. I won't deny that. Like, I'm not going to deny Coca-Cola and Cadbury of their deliciousness. Like... Yeah. I'd just be lying to your face.
Yeah, I lived in Hobart for the early years of my childhood, and yeah, the Cadbury factory there was an icon of the city. It was basically like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Like you got to go on the tour and that, and then at the end, it was like the reject chocolate shop, which like any chocolate that was underweight and that'd be available for like super discount prices and that, and you could just go crazy there.
Sick. Well, here's the ad. Fuck, is that loud? That's loud as fuck in my ears.
Oh, it's not loud in mine.
Apparently, there's some gay thing in it, and people weren't happy about it.
Bakers. Bring it.
It's a very multicultural ad.
Yeah, it's been one white. There's some white dude.
Have got this.
Where's the gay bit?
Dippers. Flex that.
Fucking hell, this ad is shit anyway.
Discreeters. Come out of your shell.
Are these the two gay bows?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, Tim Wilms.
They could be just affectionate mates.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of.
Yeah, they're just mucking around.
They're just blokes who fucking are gay.
Well, we don't. They don't actually kiss. They just have the egg.
I mean, you know, what did Cadbury do? Cadbury went halal as well, like, you know.
Yes. So
it's like all these corporations. I think Macca's sold out. They did some Black Lives Matter thing. I know KFC did like the drumstick, and it was like in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, and it was just like a drumstick, and the shadow looked like a fist. And then like Black Lives Matter cracked the shits with KFC, and they pulled down the whatever, the post or whatever it was.
I noticed today on my Facebook feed that Dan Murphy's, the Australian liquor outlet, being iconic throughout the pandemic, it's now Dan's face is now rainbow to support the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras and the Melbourne Gay and Lesbian Midsummer Festival.
No shit. When's the Gay Mardi Gras?
It's usually at the end of February. It's going to be, to be COVID safe, it's going to be at a stadium and be a ticketed event, which is actually, well, I think it should always be like that, because it shouldn't be a public parade. Yeah, on the street. So if it's kept away,
does it get a little bit out of control? I mean, I've never been, so I don't know what you see, like a sneaky nut or something. Like, oh my god, they just
it's way worse than that.
Yeah, I wonder if Dusty Bogan, if I rocked up to the Gay Mardi Gras, you reckon it would be fucking a disaster or what? Hey,
it depends if you got recognised. They might think that you're on some sort of, what is it, farmer's float or something like that, tradies float.
Just get amongst it. Maybe they would hate me. I don't know.
It depends how. Yeah, it's completely hypothetical. Brisbane, they would have some festival as well that you could go to.
Yeah, I've always tried to stay away from LGBT stuff, because they obviously, I don't know, our gays are all good. They're happy to have a conversation or be nice and talk, but the left-wing gays,
and they try to dominate these type of festivities. They're called the commie gays. They keep trying to fully take over the Mardi Gras leadership, and they want to ban. Yeah, and they want to ban police and corporations from being present at the parade, which is like their biggest two supporters in the 21st century.
Yeah. Hard out. Yeah. We should just let them take it over then. Just be like, right. See, the normal gays are like the commie gays are fucking it for all the gays, because the normal gays are like just like happy sex addicts or something. And you're like, whatever, dude, all good. They're harmless.
They just live their lives.
Yeah. Once they politicize it, it's fucking just great. Like anything, like if I overly politicize my religion, that could be a terrible thing. You know what I mean? Like, we should try to like enjoy our things without being like, I'm gonna fucking change the whole world to cater for me and me only, and everyone else is fucking evil.
And they also wanted to ban the Liberal Party from Mardi Gras as well, which
we should do a One Nation float. Get Pauline up there, be like,
with bring James Ashby along.
Yeah, James Ashby. I reckon he's a closet.
He is gay. He's openly gay.
He is a fact.
Yeah,
true. I didn't know that. I didn't know that dude's gay. I would like to have a conversation with that dude. I don't know what the fuck his go is. I think she needs a advisor.
Oh, Pauline trusts him completely. I mean, he's been attacked relentlessly by other One Nation members and also in the media, but she's always stuck by him.
Bloody oath. I'm getting called out by Sonic to do a beer bong. I've only got... I said I was going to have only 2 beers on Thursday for Lent, but I've upped it to 3 because I've been so fucking good, Tim. I have to give myself a little treat.
You deserve one more.
I tell you, Tim. I've been like strict as a bloody, I don't know, some like athlete. I've got to enjoy myself a little bit, It's Lent light. That's what I call it. I'm going to start a tradition, Tim.
Where you just live stream you resisting temptation.
That's right. Sonic reckons Dusty would ride the Hanson float. That's right. I would, mate. She's a beautiful woman.
You saw how Lydia Thorpe, that anti-Australian Green senator, kept interrupting Pauline Hanson's speech in the Senate about the Aboriginal welfare industry.
Yeah. It's true. The Aboriginals have just been... they have like the head people who steal the fucking... There's like corruption. There's corruption.
It's nothing new. In Pauline Hanson's maiden speech, she attacked, what was it called? ATSIC, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Commission, and 5 years later, John Howard disbanded that due to corruption scandals.
Yeah. I reckon she does a good job. She's doing a great job. Pauline, Versace, how you going, mate? Legend. Tim's toupee looks nice tonight.
Yeah, it's a cheap. Like, I'm grabbing my hair here. It must be glued on pretty good.
Yeah, you're looking tight. Looking good.
Hey, you showed your hair before the show. Let's see yours. Yours is under that cap. Yours is pretty.
Right, perfect. Have a look at it.
Slick, yeah.
You. There you go. I try to hide my identity.
I
meet dudes at the pub, right? And they go, I've had like Proud Boys go like, oh, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm Dusty Bogan, and they'll be like, no shit, you look so different without your hat on. And I'm like, fucking oath, mate. The hat works. It's amazing. And when I'm bald and grey, Tim, this hat is just going to be like,
it's going to hide your age.
Fucking oath, mate. I'll be rocking this hat when I'm 70 doing this podcast. The streaming. We'll be doing it like 3D. It'll be 3D dimensional streaming. It'll be like a hologram. People will be watching it. No one will be watching on their smartphone. It'll be like beaming out of the...
Yeah. Maybe they're...
through their eyes.
Maybe there'll be so many new viruses to be scared of that time we all have to live in the Matrix.
Yeah, we'll have fucking Elon's whatever he calls that, the bloody brain plug thing he's inventing, and there'll be viruses in our brains from on the internet, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bill
Have you
Gates
heard-
will be able to save us.
Yeah. Have you heard today? I've got it on my screen here. The new. It's not just a super strain; it's the devil super strain.
Is this it here? The devil strain.
Yeah, and imagine my shock that it was born in California, that degenerate, decadent, and satanic place.
Fucking oath, it's a satanic place, old California.
Yeah, the new
Actually,
coronavirus.
I liked LA. When I went to LA, I was like, yeah. It's like a cool place, a cool town. But that
Well,
was in
when you went there.
2014 or something. So maybe it's descended into chaos.
Yeah, so these scientists reckon it could weaken vaccine efficacy. So it's called the variant, what is it? B1427429. First spotted in California. It's been found in Denmark, Mexico, and Taiwan. So they've been studying it closely with the first findings, which are not published in a peer-reviewed journal. During this time, the variant had surged to become the more dominant strain, with cases doubling every 18 days.
There you go. So what's the point in taking the vaccine? This thing's going to go from California to fucking everywhere.
Well, they just say it could weaken vaccine efficacy. I mean,
just boot it up.
Yeah, they've told us that even against the existing new strains, what is it? The UK strain, the Brazilian strain, and the South African strain, that the vaccines will all still work.
There you go. I've had a few mates who,
as long as you get the correct dose of the vaccine, not the 4 times dose, which is what happened to those 2 elderly residents in your city.
That's right. They gave them 4 times the amount. They booted them up good, Tim. Where is this bloody article? Anastasia Palaszczuk. I think she blamed Scott Morrison. You always got to pass the buck on, you know what I mean? Queensland Premier demands urgent meeting over overdose and blames Morrison Government for vaccine fail. Apparently there is it's like federal run clinics or some shit where they boot you up with the old fucking whatever it is. I don't have no idea, Tim. I've got a few mates who have come out and said yeah, I'll probably actually get it, eh? And I'm just like,
it's too early for any Australian to make a decision, because it's only the front line at the hospitals and hotel quarantine and the aged care residents who are getting it at the moment. But I know the media loves to talk about vaccine passports, and you won't be allowed to go anywhere unless you have the vaccine, which is, of course, concerning. But hang on here, they've only just started jabbing people in Australia. People such as us, we're at the last phase of the rollout, because we're
concreters at the bottom of the barrel. We're the bottom dwellers of this society. You know what I mean? No one's going to be like, all the concreters. I'm going last, dead last. My industry is the bottom. So no one gives a fuck. I could die at work. More likely to die at work every day.
I mean, it should be reassuring, the fact that, these 2 elderly people were given such an overdose, yet they appear to be fine, even though they are very old. Yeah. So they haven't experienced side effects. So, in a perverse way, it actually increases confidence in the vaccine. Well, you can severely overdose 2 vulnerable people with the vaccine and they're fine.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, look, let's hope that, I've been going to all these anti-vax, I guess, Freedom Day protests.
Vaccine choice.
Yeah, the vaccine choice protests. People who are just like, look, that's more what I think. If you don't want it, you don't have to fucking take it. I'm not going to be an asshole to my mates who decide to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or what?
As Katie Podcast,
I'm not going to be a
Yeah.
dickhead about it.
Yeah, as Katie Hopkins said, I'll do me, you do you. And I think that works both ways. Like,
And
if you
once
don't want
billions of people have got it, and if it seems safe, I potentially possibly could. But it'll be
because
fucking after at least a billion.
hardcore anti-vaxxers, they can be like, if people have taken the vaccine, or you cuck, like, you know, what a traitor you are, which that's not respecting choice either.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I interviewed a lady from, I think it's called IMOP Party. I'll do the interview. I'll put it up on,
Medical Options Party.
yeah. And I'll put it up on Censored in a few weeks' time. And like that, she was super nice. And I'm like, yeah, I vaccinated my kid, my baby boy. And she was sort of like, oh, okay. And like, she didn't fucking drag me over the hot coals or abuse me. She wasn't rude to me or nothing. She was still fucking really nice to me. So, I mean, I've had, like, if you watch my Censored TV show, I've had, like, vegans and environmentalist Extinction Rebellion people, and I've actually had genuine conversations with these guys. And they're not all fucking crazy.
And you didn't eat KFC during when you were interviewing them like those TikTok pranksters did.
But even my vegan dude I talked to, I was talking about hunting trips and stuff, and he wasn't like fucking militant. So it's like, you know, maybe this is the thing about, like we were saying about the gay and lesbian Mardi Gras. Maybe I could go and interview them and even be like, I'm kind of more of a conservative Christian. I don't even support gay marriage. And I wonder if I could have a conversation with them and we could disagree or have a laugh about stuff. And then you'd be like, whoa, that interview just totally dismantles like all this hostile leftist right-wing stuff that kind of just gets pumped out. Like when it's real people talking, maybe it's just mainstream media been fuckheads promoting that, pushing it, and then some radical, like the radical Antifa people who are just the major assholes creating this conflict environment.
Your internet has gone away there.
Oh shit!
But
is it gone?
No, it just blurred up there.
Shit.
Well, yeah.
Should be
my
back.
brother is.
Yo, no fooling. How you going, bro?
My brother's a vegan.
Sorry, no fooling.
Which is like obviously
your brother.
Yeah, like I don't approve of like veganism, but that's his life choice, and he's my brother. So,
is he ripped? Is he built, or is he skinny as fuck?
No, he's pretty solid.
When I killed my first pig, right, I smashed its head with a hammer. No, my mate smashed it in the head with a hammer, and then I slit its throat, right? Butchered it, ate this pig. It was delicious. It was fucking delicious. But it made me think about the whole process. And I think I did. We stopped eating meat 2 days a week, me and my missus. Like it did make me think like, whoa, it's such a like fucking, I thought it's like a cool experience. And I like brought a new respect for the whole process to me. And I did eat less meat for a while, but mainly because I wanted to eat like real good quality meat. And I was like, maybe a bit more conscious about it. I don't know why we did it, but we did. We were doing 2 days a week vegetarian, Tim. Can you believe that? Maybe it was because my missus were trying to fall pregnant. Maybe that was why. Okay.
Trying because you've been quite open that your missus had a miscarriage before, so try something different. Though, having said that, a lot of these sort of different like sort of dietary ways or that to fall pregnant, a lot of them don't have much medical basis.
Yeah. The doctor would be like, take this, give you a fucking jab.
Stand on your head for 5 minutes after sex so the thing goes down.
That's right. We did use the there's like recommended techniques to get a boy. So we did do that. You got to like time it. I think male swimmers are quicker or some shit like that. So you got to time it. So God knows. Fucking worked. It must have worked. Unless I just have like 5 sons and it's like, you know, it was meant to be. God was like, no. I will not have it. God won't torture a young girl to be raised by me. I don't know.
One of the libertarian podcasters I listen to, Tom Woods, he's a traditionalist Roman Catholic. He's had 5 children, all girls.
Fuck. My mate Dan, he's like a big fucking, he looks like The Rock, like a big islander bloke, and yeah, he's got 5 girls. I was like, ah. And I think he's done now. He's like, nah, done. Another mate of mine, he had 4 sons, and his wife's like, we'll try for 1 more, and she got the girl. Bang, 5th kid was a girl. It's amazing.
Of course, you would say the most famous producer of girls was King Henry VIII.
Oh yeah, how many girls did he have?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's what made him famous.
10?
That he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't inseminate a woman to give birth to a son.
Fuck, spewing because you wouldn't have an heir then. Yo, Dr. Pepper just followed. Thanks for following on D-Live. Kelly saying,
who owns Dr. Pepper? Is that a Coca-Cola product?
I fucking love Dr. Pepper. I should Google it. Kelly said, Big Cal reckons sperm don't have a sex. Pretty sure it's the sperm that decides the sex, Cal. You should maybe Google it. So
it's owned by a completely separate company, Dr. Pepper.
Fuck yeah! So I'm down on the Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, but might have to dig deeper. They could have done some woke HR stuff.
Yeah. When the world goes so super woke, what the fuck am I? I'll just be like veggie garden, slaughtering pigs and chickens in my backyard. Homebrew. I'm sure like the Australian beer companies haven't really dogged out. I mean, Budweiser.
Oh, come on! What happened? Remember what happened to Cooper's Brewery when they did that? They did one. They sponsored what is it? The Bible Society of Australia, keeping it light,
having a chat.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, the first one was about what is it? Same-sex marriage with Tim Wilson and Andrew Hastie discussing. They were having, as the name said, a light conversation, but apparently because it was sponsored by the Bible Society, Cooper's Brewery, they completely capitulated, said they were sorry for it. We're pulling our Bible Society commemorative Coopers, and we now support marriage equality.
That's fucked. That's retarded.
Yeah. And remember, post the George Floyd renaming everything, the Colonial Brewing Company in Western Australia, they cowered, say, oh yeah, we'll take some feedback since you find our name triggering. Colonial.
That's a good beer. You're like, have you had a can of Colonial?
I'm not a beer drinker.
Well, when you have a can of Colonial, you'll go to pull the fucking top off, and like the whole circle top just comes off. You're like, what the fuck? It's pretty good, actually. And Bieber reckons he's having a go at Protestantism, Dusty. I am a Protestant Christian, but I just enjoy the Catholic Church. I'm like a Catholic light. I just enjoy going. I go to the Catholic Church Easter and Christmas and try to participate in Lent. And I got rosary beads too. I learned how to pray the rosary. I kind of enjoy that stuff. It just ties you back to a bit of culture and tradition, and like
the unfortunate thing about Catholicism at the moment is that the current Pope Francis, is a social justice warrior, and the most powerful Catholic world leader is Joe Biden.
That's fucked. Didn't the Pope like boot some based African dude?
Probably. Joe Biden is only the second Catholic US president. The first was JFK.
JFK. Well, there you go. I mean, what the fuck?
I think also Nancy Pelosi is a Catholic as well.
Jesus Christ. It doesn't. Is this by like they're like pseudo Christians? You know what I mean? They're like pseudo Catholics, Catholic by name only, or something.
Well, in the US, because it always has been a very religious country, politicians to get in high up positions have to say that they're Christian. Like Obama, nobody believed that he was a Christian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't believe. Why the fuck would you even lie? Like, if you're a genuine Christian, what the hell do you care? You prefer someone to just be straight up honest with you, or it's just it's a game of manipulation. They're just like, fuck, if I can side with this dude, get them on side, I'll just bullshit my way.
We've had an atheist prime minister in Australia, Julia Gillard.
Yeah, Julia Gillard. I guess she didn't actually do shit. Did she? Back then, was there actually any social justice warrior shit going on back then, Tim?
Well, it was the beginning of the same-sex marriage push, which she was one of the biggest resistors to.
There you go. Like, I swear all this social justice warrior shit, like, I know it's critical race theory, critical gender theory. It's all from it's all critical theory shit. But genuinely, it's just fucking social media. It's like, I think mankind's just grappling with using social media as a tool.
You mean humankind?
Yeah, people kind, Tim.
Yeah, as Justin Trudeau said.
People kind. People aren't really kind. Wake up to fucking reality, people. You know?
Obviously, Canada, that continues to go down the gurgler, even under conservative premiers such as Doug Ford, who wants to roll out social distancing watches, which beep if you get too close to somebody. And given how big Doug Ford is, it's going to be very hard to keep distance from him.
Is this legit, Tim? They're going to give you a watch and it'll be like beep, beep, beep. It's like when in my car, when I reverse, it goes beep, 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 beep. The closer I get, the more beeps I get. You know what I mean? Old No Foolin' reckons in the D Live, he's saying about the homebrew beer is even better than microbrew. I used to make it for a friend in college. Yeah, it's awesome. I used the homebrew, and then I was like a full binge drinking alcoholic, so I had to stop.
Here it is here. So if you do screen share with me, this is the article about Doug Ford. This is the
bloke who smoked crack, eh?
No, it's the brother. It was his brother Rob Ford, who's now deceased.
No shit, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which obviously his drug use played a part in it. But this is his brother who was elected the Conservative Premier of Ontario. So he is spending $2.5 million on bracelets that beep if users get too close. He said that he says they should yield a good return on investment. The Progressive Conservative government issued a news release saying that we're providing money from the Ontario Together Fund to a technology company in order to create wearable tracing technology for people who work or spend time in facilities where the COVID alert app can't be accessed. The bracelet called Trace Scan will be used in places such as airlines, schools, construction sites, and long-term care homes.
Fuck. And what's next, though? What's next after that, Tim?
Well, this is Canada.
Canada.
And Justin Trudeau, he recently said that quarantine camps, they're just a conspiracy theory by white supremacists. They've been exposed that Canada does have quarantine camps.
Anyone who criticizes the government, it's like, you're a fucking conspiracy theorist. You're a white supremacist. Is that right? Anyone who's like, in a fucking democracy where the whole point is we have the right to criticize these asshole politician freaks. Isn't that the point? And like, these white supremacists. Well, fucking hell. I'm pretty sure our left-wing radicals think Biden's a white supremacist and Trudeau's a white supremacist and fucking Albanese's a white supremacist.
Well, remember that Trudeau, he's worn blackface so many times he can't remember, but he still got voted back in.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, because no one can actually sustain this political correct bullshit, Tim. It's unsustainable. It's unrealistic. All it is just, I don't know. I mean, there's the element of the media where it's like every time someone does anything wrong, it's like, sweet, hit piece, clickbait, make money, yo, and they love it. So like that is completely understandable. And then there's like the soft heads who go lap it up and they're like, oh my fucking God, I'm so offended. And they just curl up in a little ball and be like, fuck. They're just losers. All the PC social justice warriors are losers. They're fucking losers. It's the biggest mentality.
They might make money, but they lack purpose in life other than to get outraged and pass more laws and
control freaks.
Yeah. Shall we go over to the UK where the UK police they're matching Victoria police with their enforcement of COVID lockdown rules. The UK, they're not going to get out of lockdown fully until June. Their easing begins next month, but some LGBT liaison police in Merseyside, which is in Liverpool, if you can bring this up here.
Is they were there, or am I pulling
yes.
You got it. Yeah.
Yes. So they had being offensive is an offense. Yeah,
so this whole show is it's offensive. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm just offended by the madness. So maybe the show is really, we're just offended by the offense. We're offended that people are offended about the stuff. We're taking it one step further.
Yeah, so the Merseyside police, they've since apologised and removed the post from Twitter. The full campaign on the investment ban read, lots of positive discussion was held with the essential shoppers. Together, we will defeat hate in our community. Images attached to the post show a reiteration of the Merseyside crest, which has been adorned with the rainbow flag, which is used by the LGBTQ community. Below the crest are the words, police with pride. One read, being offensive is offensive. In smaller text, the digital board said, Merseyside police stand with and support the LGBTQ plus community, and we will not tolerate hate crime on any level. Today, Merseyside police apologised for the controversial wording on the campaign. Merseyside Police Superintendent Martin Earl said, we would like to clarify that being offensive is not itself an offence. A message on the ad van and social media this weekend by the local policing team on the Wirral was to encourage people to report hate crime, although well-intentioned was incorrect, and we apologise for any confusion that may have caused. Hate crime is an offence and will not be tolerated. Hate crime can come in various guises that include assaults, criminal damage, verbal and written online abuse. Our hate crime coordination draws on the wealth of experience and expertise to provide effective and, above all, sensitive and appropriate support for victims. We would also like to remind people. We have a number of third-party reporting centres, including fire stations and activity centres, which enable people to feel more comfortable discussing their issues with an independent party to come forward. So, well, you can go to the fire station to report a hate crime in the UK.
Jesus Christ. This is next level, mate. This is all becoming too much. Like, it's just fucking... The Fighting Fedora said, I can't stand these zealots. Man, it's like I said, you know, Jesus said to the religious Pharisees, and they were using their, like, religious law, and they were like, you know, I'm better than you. You're fucking not. You're not good enough. You're never going to make it. And Jesus was literally against these people. They're the control freaks. That's all we're dealing with. They are just like the Fighting Fedora said. They are religious zealots. It's a new religion. Like, it's the same spirit or the same thought process it's obviously been plaguing mankind for thousands of years. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the New Testament 2,000 years ago. It's like a common thread through mankind that we will create a fucking never-ending amount of rules where we can just lord over and stand over and fucking look down our noses at people. And it's insane. It really is fucking sad. It's worse than, like, is there ever been a time in the history of the planet that's been more controlling than now?
Probably. I mean, the Soviet Union, Maoist China, but they would have loved the surveillance technology we have now. This is why it's so much more chilling in the 21st century, because, well,
do you reckon I reckon they were, like, brutally savage. You reckon they were cracking jokes and being fuckheads and stirring each other up and had disagreements, or not? They were ruled by an iron fist and everyone was just a robot.
Oh, there would have been a time for jokes in communist Europe and Soviet Russia and Mao's China at the appropriate time.
Surely. Even the fucking Russians, mate. Even the Soviet... I swear to God, Tim. Even in Muhammad's fucking caliphate and the Soviet Union, Tim, people had more, like, less asshole control freaks constantly nagging at them like, you can't say that. Yeah. And it's driving people to... It makes you just at the point where you just go, like, who the fuck thinks this is a good road to go down? I don't know who the fuck they are. I don't know how the fuck can the left, honestly, like, I would love to be like, yo, dude, you can't tell me this is good. Like, that's just crazy. Like, it's not good for you to be such a little bitch. It's not healthy to fucking control the fuck out of everyone's thoughts and speeches. It's pathetic. It's so fucking fascist. It's so fucking control freak. It's like straight from hell. It's demonic.
I mean, we've seen it ourselves. People obsessed over what we say on these streams, which sometimes turns into media articles and various tweets as well. In fact, Kristina Kennelly, she mentioned the Unshackled again this week. If you want to bring up this article here, of course. Kristina Kennelly has previously called the Unshackled a alt-right platform. Now she's called us a far-right platform. If I go further down here, because, well, she only mentions me to attack Craig Kelly. So take, for example, ex-celebrity chef Pete Evans. Over the past year, his anti-mask and anti-vaccine posts grew darker, featuring a prominent Holocaust denier and anti-Semite on a self-hosted podcast and sharing a pro-Trump meme with neo-Nazi symbol. Evans has performed a public double act with Craig Kelly, who has framed conspiracy theories as a battle of ideas against the mainstream media and the elite. While Kelly says he does not share the same views as Evans, he appeared on Evans' Evolve Network podcast and also featured regularly in YouTube videos published by the Unshackled, an alternate far-right media outlet that has openly interviewed or featured the likes of convicted anti-Semite Neil Erickson, members of the Proud Boys, including founder Gavin McGuinness, far-right extremist Blair Cottrell, disgraced former Senator Fraser Anning, as well as Holocaust denier and British National Party leader Nick Griffin. This was actually authored by Kristina Kennelly herself on Plus 61J Media, which is apparently a Israeli Australian Jewish news website, which I'd never heard of before. So yeah, she's been at me again, Kristina Kennelly. But of course, it doesn't take much to be labelled as a far right extremist or alt right extremist or whatever by Kristina Kennelly.
Well, the White Rose Society, they wrote an article saying that the White Rose Society article they said about me, they were like, and Bob Katter got tricked into doing a Proud Boy pledge, and Bob Katter's a member of the CFMEU, and so is Anthony Albanese, and Albanese is a white supremacist. And like, so okay, Albanese's a white supremacist. Like, who is this bitch? Who is she listening to? Does she genuinely believe this bullshit? Does she genuinely believe this bullshit? What the fuck is she saying this for? This is ridiculous. She is a fucking idiot.
I'm surprised that she doesn't have a problem with. You notice that Anthony Albanese is wearing the Akuba everywhere now, which Bob Katter wears everywhere. And you just mentioned,
mates are both a part of the CFMEU, Tim. Both are part of the union. It's a conspiracy. The white supremacist, Tim. Elbow. You know, she is led by a white supremacist. She's a part of the problem, Tim. You know, she's just throwing the scent off. She's going after you, Tim, just to throw the scent off. Because she's a part of the Labor Party. She's a white supremacist sympathizer. That's what she is, Tim. Because the White Rose Society said so, Tim. They must be right.
Obviously, Home Affairs Minister Kristina Kennelly is a truly scaring proposition, but we should take solace in the fact that basically everything she touches turns to political failure. I mean, she led the New South Wales Labor Party to its biggest state election defeat in its history. She lost the Benelog by-election to Joel Alexander. She's only in the Senate because Sam Dastyari resigned in disgrace. And she was also Bill Shorten's de facto campaign manager during the 2019 federal election. And
She's a loser. She's a fucking loser, Tim. That's all she is. And she has like a weird accent. What's up with her weird accent?
Well, she was born in America. She was born in, I think, Las Vegas. She was raised in Ohio. It would have served Australia's interest a lot better if she'd stayed an American. Yeah, I remember the inaugural CPAC Australia conference got into trouble because they broke into a chant when Kennelly was mentioned, "Send her back."
Yeah, send her back. We need to send this bitch back.
Well, she is now just an Australian sole citizen now, which she has to be in the Senate. She's renounced her American citizenship.
Wow, good on her. That's fucking achievement right there. So you reckon she'll be done and dusted? We're going to have to deal with her for 4 more years or whatever she's got, and then she's gone. She doesn't have a great track record, so she's out. She's going to get the boot. She's like a fringe. You know when we had Fraser Anning, he's just like a fringe bloke. Fraser Anning knew he wasn't going to be there for long, so he just fucking stirred the pot. Now, this bitch is the equivalent of Fraser Anning. She's the left-wing version of Fraser Anning, Tim. That's what she is. She's a loser. She loses fucking everything she does, and she knows she's on the way out. She's done and dust. She's going, bang. She's getting a boot up the arse. See you later. No one fucking wants you. So she's squealing and crying, and Tim Wilms is a fucking fascist, or whatever she wants to call you. Far right. It's all bullshit.
She's only mentioned me in that article for the basically 6 degrees of guilt, but guilt by association. Craig Kelly went on the Unshackled, which is also. Oh, I'll go back to the quote that she said here.
Who the fuck is Craig Kelly? What has he done? Tell me what he's done.
Craig Kelly. Oh
yeah,
well, he was a Liberal backbencher until this week. He's resigned from the party now. His grave offense was posting on Facebook peer-reviewed studies supporting hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin as treatments for coronavirus.
And that's it. That's all he's done.
Yeah, Kristina Kennelly called him a far-right extremist for it.
Hasn't there been articles? I thought there's been articles about like genuinely they're now having re-looking at the hydrochloroquine.
Yeah, they are, because the biggest cheerleader for hydroxychloroquine is no longer president of the United States. But hydroxychloroquine in Australia is still bad because Craig Kelly is the biggest supporter of it.
Yeah. Apparently there's some shit like you have to mix it, and if you mix it up wrong or some shit, you can fuck it up. And
well, just like with the Pfizer vaccine, if you don't mix it properly, you can
you have 4 times the dose.
Some old people on it. But I just want to go back to what Kristina Kennelly said here. She said, an alternate far-right media outlet that has openly interviewed or featured the likes. Was that openly interviewed? Like, isn't that the only way to interview somebody? Openly interview? Like, what the hell does, like...
I would talk to anyone. I will fucking talk to anyone. And
like, is it like, what is it? Like, would it be better if I, secretly interviewed such people?
If people are like, there's a real problem with misinformation out there these days and fake news. Well, wouldn't you think we should discard all the shit that goes out, all these hit pieces they put out on people, and you say, you know what, I'm just going to interview them and see for myself. Well, see what I like myself. That's what I would do. I'd talk to anyone, because there's so many fucking hit pieces and bullshit articles. I don't know, like the hit piece about me. It's all bullshit. Like this hit, they're trying to drag you down the mud. It's all bullshit. So when they say it to someone else, I assume that it's just more bullshit. So why wouldn't I fucking talk to the person? Do you know what I mean? What's this dude's name? Craig Kelly. That he's Satan walking the earth. I want to talk to him. I want to interview the guy.
Well, because he would come on Thursday. I mean, he's come on WilmsFront. He's gone on Pete Evans' show. He's regularly been on Reignite Democracy live streams, which is probably the most prominent anti-lockdown group in Melbourne. He's willing to have a conversation with anybody, and including people who hate him, like that Today Show co-host, whatever her name was, who said, I've read up on what you've said, you're wrong, but I don't want to discuss it on the show. I just want to berate you how wrong you are.
Jesus Christ. That's typical.
Kristina Kennelly, she during this week, she had more ammunition to attack the supposed rise of the far right, given that there was this hunt for this, swastika man who was arrested in Perth today.
The Hindu. I thought he was Hindu or Buddhist or something.
Yeah, because he had the swastika drawn on his face backwards.
So he must just be he's just a humble Hindu man.
So used a deodorant can and a lighter to create a makeshift flamethrower in an attempt to set fire to a 40-year-old Aboriginal woman as she walked to the IGA in Gosnells with her teenage daughter.
And how do we know that, like, this innocent Hindu man fucking stumbled out of the pub, smelt like a dirty, wet dog, bought a deodorant can, from the local IGA and thought the local 7-Eleven or something, got abused by an Aboriginal lady. She came at him weirdly, gave him the eyes, and he was like, "Get back, bitch."
Oh, well,
How do we know that didn't happen? I don't know.
We'll soon find out. A lot of people, when this report first came out, were quite suspicious because it seemed like such a cartoonish hate crime. The fact that this man with a literal swastika painted on his forehead came and attacked an Aboriginal woman and a teenager she was with a makeshift flamethrower.
Well, I'm just not surprised, Tim, honest to God. Like, you know what I honestly believe, Tim? I believe, like, Coca-Cola and all this actual racism to white people, if they just keep being fuckheads, right, to white guys, there's a certain amount of every demographic that is like a mentally ill, crazy, weird person. Now, this guy's probably seen a Coke ad and thought, oh, I'm a fucking Buddhist and I'm going to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, Coca-Cola triggered this guy because he felt racially vilified. And when you keep, like, racially vilifying people, I don't know. I would imagine there's a tiny percent of mentally ill people who are going to be like, fuck, miss that medication in the morning, fucking forget to put that, you know, get a can of Brute, and they'll be like, fuck, spray it on their armpits, spray it on their smoke, create a flamethrower. How do you know this motherfucker wasn't just lighting his Winfield blue with his flaming Brute can, humbly walking past the Aboriginal lady? We don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll soon find out. But this man, as you just said, could be mentally disturbed. We've had a few incidents in Melbourne of men shopping with swastika armbands, and obviously there's been, like, you know, the mainstream media and the Anti-Defamation Commission have been up in arms about it, saying this shows the rise of the far right. Do you reckon
that people on, like, the disability pension for, like, mental illness?
Well, like
tell me what they are. I guarantee it, Tim.
Which sort of you would say sort of a mentally stable person who, like, just wants to go to the shops, like, is just going to buy fruit or whatever, like, just goes out with a Nazi swastika armband. Like, that article with Kennelly, it shows that photo of the National Socialist Network at their cross-burning camp. Like, they've all got their faces covered because they know that it's not good to reveal your identity if you're a Nazi. Yet you have these people around with, swastika armbands and on their forehead, and so your conclusion is there must be sort of something else going on if, like, you're displaying in public.
They're on the disability pension, dude. They're I
would be very shocked if, like, I was just, like, walking down Main Street with a suburb and suddenly there's this man with a swastika armband. I'll be like, what?
With a flaming Brute can, just lighting a smoke. Just some crazy motherfucker who, like, found... How do you know this dude? He woke up, pissed as a mute, right? Had a big night with the boys. His mates thought it would be hilarious to draw a fucking Hindu...
If he has mates.
Yeah. Maybe he's got his fucking, you know, birds of a feather flock together. They're all on the disability pension. They're a bunch of pissheads. They've had a big night out. While he's passed out, his mates have grabbed a silver fucking Sharpie and they've, like, ha ha ha, this will be hilarious. Drawn a fucking Buddhist sign on his head. He's woken up in the morning. He's like, fuck, that was a big night. Completely unaware of the Buddhist symbol that his mates have drawn on his head, right? He's like, fucking heck, he's so blind drunk. He lights up He lights his smoke up with the brute can, and he just keeps walking. He's completely unaware of the Aboriginal lady. He has no idea. He doesn't even know that the swastika's on his head, Tim. His mates drew it on his head. His fellow disabled people on the disability.
The more conventional thing, if someone's asleep, like you, what is it?
Draw a cock on that face.
Yeah, well, not a cock on the forehead, but it going into their mouth.
Into the mouth, yeah. But that's I can only assume there's so much bullshit and spin out there, Tim. I can only assume that my interpretation of the story may be true, more true. I might be closer to the truth than these fuckheads. Looks like Reg, someone says in the comment section. Looks like Reg.
That's what a lot of people were saying in the Telegram chats. Reg came out very quickly with a full denial, saying, I don't fit the description. I live in Sydney, not Perth.
Reg the Ledger's mates can't draw that good on his head anyway, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, it's because Reg has become iconic with his sunnies in all his media appearances.
It does look like Reg. We would know it was Reg if he had a smoke hanging out his mouth. You know what I mean? We need to get Reg, next time Reg comes on, and we'll get him to do a flaming brute can to light his smoke. And be like, Reg.
We should have him on a future Thirsty Thursday.
We should fucking have him on. What other kind of offensive signs can we draw on people's heads? Like, I reckon maybe this should be a thing. Like, when you're out on the piss with the boys, what you got to do is draw a Buddhist sign on their forehead. They pass out on the couch. Buddhist sign on the forehead. Slip a brute can in their pocket. The next day you wake up and you just let them go.
Yeah,
and let nature take its course, Tim.
This is if your hypothesis theory is correct at all.
It seems pretty reasonable and rational conclusion, but this shit happens every day. The only reason, back in 2005, when I was a young lad, when I was in high school, if you passed out on the beers, this is exactly what would happen to you. The only difference is our phones weren't hooked up to the internet. There was poor fucking video and photo quality going on. So, the world's a different place. You can just absolutely blow a story out of context.
What else have we got in the news this week? Well, apparently, Australian Facebook news is coming back tomorrow. Josh Frydenberg has said. What was his spin that Facebook has refriended Australia?
That's bullshit. I was hoping that it was all over for good, Tim. I was like, yes, Australia would be a way better place without any of these bullshit news fucking...
Yeah, the clickbait from Channel 7 or the Daily Mail.
Just ban all news from Facebook. Save the world. It probably would be the game changer, man. Everything would go back to normal. Get rid of the clickbait and just be like... You know what I mean?
Mm.
We were fucking... It was a huge win. When they banned that, I was like, yes. And like, my missus' mum was like, I can't believe that happened. And I'm like, fuck them. Look how evil all these news companies are. They should be all fucking deplatformed anyway.
Yeah, they got a taste of what it was like in our world.
Yeah, that pieces of shit, Tim. They fucking deserve it.
But they went troppo, the mainstream media. How dare Facebook do this? Who do they think they are? North Korea? They're a private company who just decided they didn't want Australian news on their platform anymore.
It's great. It's absolutely amazing. Every person who's ever been deplatformed off Facebook is just like, yep, there you go, mainstream media fuckheads. That's what you get. They deserve it. They deserve it for eternity. Should never be able to be back on there. Our lives are better without all these. Like, look at the articles we got tonight. This is the shit people are reading. It's fucking.
And you don't need to. We found all these news stories without Facebook.
Without Facebook, they're just like, you just fucking Google it. Just find today's news, and there would just be a ridiculous story, another fucking retarded story that you can sit there and just go, roll your eyes at, and just say, that's fucked. That's retarded. Here's another one for you, Tim. In amazing Canada, they're making gender neutral toy section for the kids, because you got to be.
This is California. This is
California. Sorry. Bang! California bill would require department stores to have gender neutral children's section. Fair enough. Just chuck all the shit. It's like now the guy who's stacking the toys at fucking whatever department stores, now they're just like, whatever, just fucking stick it up. Just sticking shit everywhere. They should just be like, you know what? Just fucking, there's no more color coding. There's no the blue and the pink section. There's none of the shit. If I'm working in a department store, I'm just slapping shit up on the shelves now. Bang, 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 bang.
Apparently, purple is the gender fluid neutral color.
Purple.
Yes.
What fucking boy wants purple?
Well,
that's retarded.
they can be engineered to like purple. I think that's the
maybe
idea.
if they're like a cokehead 80s wrestler.
Grimace from McDonald's, he's purple.
Just as long as you don't fat shame him. Didn't they like pull him? Grimace was the first, right? He was the first wave of kind of political correctness. They were like, our brand, we don't want associated with obesity. So they pulled Grimace. And remember KFC for a while? They removed Kentucky Fried Chicken and they made it just KFC because they were like, oh, fried is evil.
Because it has that connotation with racial stereotypes.
I think it was just unhealthy.
Well, and also, Kentucky Fried Chicken is a global brand. Chicken comes from all over the world, not just the state of Kentucky.
I fucking love KFC. I can't deny it. It's like Cadbury, it's like Coke. It is good. I can't deny that it's fucking good. Let's read a little bit of this. California State Assembly has set to consider a new bill that will require department stores to have gender-neutral children's section to fight discrimination against gender non-conforming children. Now, a kid does not give a fuck and will never, ever, ever say them words or know what the fuck these retards are talking about. That's just a made-up bullshit statement that does not exist in reality. That is outside of the realm of a reality. A kid is a kid, and these people who are telling the department store all this bullshit, they're fucking pedophiles. As far as I'm concerned, they're a bunch of filthy pedophiles. They're looking at a child in some kind of weird sexual way. It does not make sense, people. Large retailers that sell toys clothes and other children items in California would have to devote floor space to merchandise marketed at both boys and girls under a new bill. So all they're doing is mixing shit up. They're just mixing it up. Whoever's fucking like, oh shit. So you go to a rack and you're like, oh yeah, fucking some pants, whatever. And you look through it and you're like, fuck. It's all just completely mixed up. It's an excuse for them to be lazy as fuck. That's all this is. Maybe I just fucking, can you fucking believe it? I can't believe this shit. California, move out of there tomorrow. If you live in California, just go. I like California. I went to California for back in 2014. Went to Rodeo Drive and Hollywood Boulevard and fucking Venice Beach and all this. And I loved it. I thought it was great. So what the hell's been going on? It's not only the Tim, it's not only the kids' toys, it's clothing as well. They want to separate, they just want to go through there, and it's amazing.
Well, there's all these the other absurd pushes for men and boys to sit down at the toilet because apparently if trans men are using the toilet and they see a urinal there, they feel vilified or discriminated or not included because they can't pee up at the urinal like all the other men.
That's fucking unbelievable. I don't think there's ever going to be a shift where they remove urinals from toilets. I'll be absolutely shocked. Surely there's like a cost benefit to have urinals. Like it's cheaper when they set up when you own some pub and you could fit like, oh, we can fit 6 toilets in this male's bathroom, or 2. Generally it's like 2 toilets and like 3 walls where you can just piss on. You're standing shoulder to shoulder next to some bloke. You know what I mean?
It's always been like when you've been
gonna
like
cause congestion, Tim.
Yeah, because
you don't want to go
to
to the toilet, take a piss, and now where you could fit 10 blokes pissing on a wall, there'll be like now 3 toilets to piss in, and you'd be like, "Holy fuck, that's this is retarded."
When I've been to
the trans person can
concerts,
piss in the disabled toilet.
When I've been to concerts or sporting events, like there's no congestion in the men's toilets, but the ladies' toilets, yeah, there's queues out there.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. And then you get like some dirty bitch who tries to sneak into the male toilet. I'm desperate to hang a fucking bog. And then the bitch, we all know women's shit smell worse than blokes.
I don't know that.
You fucking should, Tim. No, it's a conspiracy. I only made it up.
I thought so. Like you're making up before what you thought that swastika man was doing.
Well, it's perfectly rational and reasonable.
It's a theory.
It's a theory, but it's potential. Has a lot of potential. It's just
we'll find out if your hypothesis becomes true.
I see like a censored TV episode where I'll be like, "Yo, black lungs," and he wakes up in the morning with a dick drawn on his head, and then like lights a smoke with a brute can, yells at an Aboriginal woman. You know, fuck. Have you got a lighter, love? Fuck off.
Well, we might wrap it up now since it's just past the top of the hour.
There you go. We made it to an hour and a half, people. Thank you very much. Thanks, D-Live. We had like 10 people watching on D-Live. That's the best we've done in ages.
And consistent interaction on both the WilmsFront YouTube and your Dusty Bogan channel as well. We need StreamYard to, well, increase the destination so we can go to My D Live as well every Thursday.
We can. I've got like 10 destinations I can go to.
Oh, you got the super premium one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can go to 10 fucking.
Oh, let's do that next week. We could go
mate.
crazy.
Fucking hell. That's why we need to hit up like a Trovo and all these. What's that other one? Twitch. Just go and like infiltrate like 10 different streaming platforms and just go ham. See if we can just pick up some random viewers. You know what I mean?
Twitch, I've hardly spent any time on the platform. I know that it's primarily for gamers, but I do know that it's used by a lot of people.
Fucking oath. We'll have to just set up like there'll be like a little screen with Super Mario playing in the corner, Tim. Just be like, yeah, fucking what? They'll be like, are these guys playing that? We just pick up, put a TV, PlayStation remote in front of your face for 10 seconds.
Yeah. We find out in Victoria tomorrow how far Dan is going to go with further easing of restrictions, because we've been in the 9-day easing period after our snap lockdown, like you did in Brisbane after your snap lockdown. So everyone's eagerly awaiting the announcement tomorrow, because Dan waits until the absolute last moment to announce for basically maximum impact.
So you've been in lockdown, Tim? You've been in lockdown?
No, we've been in an easing period, which means we're not under house arrest, but you're only allowed 5 visitors to your private home in a day, and only 20 are allowed to gather indoors, which was the limit during Melbourne's Millions March against mandatory vaccinations, which gave Victoria Police the justification to crack down as much as they could, try to kettle as many protesters as they could, and also masks indoors as well. Victoria is the only jurisdiction in Australia now which mandates masks outside of airports and shared transport.
Fuck. Well, let's hope this fucking goblin bloody gives you some freedom. And make sure you vote him out next time.
Well, unfortunately, this state has the path to socialism has continued. Dan is still high in the polls. In fact, they're thinking of the Liberal opposition is in fact thinking of rolling their leader Michael O'Brien, and all the Conservatives are all fleeing to your state. The Gold Coast property market is going gangbusters. Daniel Andrews is the Gold Coast real estate agent of the year.
Bloody oath, mate. They're flocking in. There's lots. I met a bloke the other day from Melbourne who moved to Ipswich. I was like, holy fuck, mate.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Because even though Anastasia Palaszczuk, she's a socialist, she still knows that the state is solidly conservative. She's come out and said Anzac Day is going ahead as normal. I encourage all of you to go out to your local Anzac Day service, while here in Victoria and Melbourne,
we're going to hand these out on Anzac Day.
Our Anzac Day parade and services are in limbo at the moment. Maybe Dan will make some announcements about that tomorrow.
Fucking hell, mate. I can't believe it. We definitely, with all these bullshit artists who have been doing protests or fucking the tennis the other week down there. How the hell can they have tennis and not have Anzac Day? That's bullshit.
And they just had a music festival down on the Mornington Peninsula with 800 people. Even though it was deemed COVID safe, they still looked like they had a de facto mosh pit. So degenerate music festivals where there's a lot of drug use, that's okay. But Anzac Day apparently is super dangerous. Yeah,
it's all bullshit. Anyway, thanks, Tim. Thanks, everyone. And we'll catch you next Thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see what's making news then.
Cheers, mate. I'm sure there'll be heaps. Catch us next week.
Bye.